How do you start trading from scratch? There is one important thing almost no one talks about. Most beginners lose their first step within the first week, and it's not because of the market is too complicated. They open trades without understanding how the market actually works. As a result, trading doesn't become a system, it turns into a chaotic set of actions. My name is Max, and today I'm going to break down the entire foundation in one video. No complicated terms and no unnecessary information. We will simply go step by step through what you need to do at the very beginning, what you should pay attention. Choosing a broker. The very first thing, everything starts with choosing a broker. At first glance, it might seem like just a formality, but in practice, it's one of the most important steps, because this choice will essentially shape your entire experience going forward. How convenient it will be to trade, monitor charts, and most importantly, how comfortable you will feel using the platform. What should you pay attention to first? First, withdrawal conditions. This is probably the most important point. Check how withdrawal works, how long they are taken, and whether there are any restrictions. Second, the minimum deposit. You need to understand what amount you can realistically start with. Third, the availability of a demo account. This is an extremely important feature to look for at the beginning. A demo account gives you the opportunity to explore the platform, understand where everything is located, how the trades are opened, how the chart works, and how expiration time is set, and all of this without risking real money. Because in practice, starting immediately with a real account is a direct path to losses, simply because the trader isn't yet familiar with the platform's mechanics. And of course, it's also worth reading reviews and seeing how the platform works and how the interface is structured. These are all basic things, but they are exactly where the journey begins. There is another important point to mention here. The most common mistakes beginners make at this stage is the desire to start making money as quickly as possible. A person opens a platform, deposits money, and immediately tries to trade without understanding the platform, without understanding the chart, without understanding the mechanics. As a result, mistakes happen not because of the strategy, but because of a basic misunderstanding of the interface. That's why a demo account isn't just a practice mode. It's a chance to calmly learn the tools and build fundamental skills. What you are dealing with. The next step is to understand the mechanics themselves. In other words, you need to understand what exactly you will be working with. What are binary options? Put as simply as possible, it's a trade based on the direction of price movement over a fixed period of time. You are not buying the asset itself, like you would, for example, in the stock market. Instead, you enter a contract with specific conditions. The price will be either higher or lower than the current level within the selected time period. For example, you believe the price will go up. You open a trade predicting an upward movement. If, after the chosen time, the price is indeed higher than the entry point, you receive a fixed outcome. If not, you take a fixed loss. So in this case, you know in advance how much you can earn and how much you can lose. That's the basic mechanism. But it's important to understand that trading is not built on guessing. It's built on analysis. You observe how the price behaves, watch the chart, the movement, the reaction at K levels, the overall trend, and based on that, you make a decision. And this leads to next point, assets. You can trade different types of instruments, currency pairs, cryptocurrencies, commodities, stocks, indices. Each of them behaves differently. For example, currency pairs often move in a more technical way. They tend to react well to levels, trends, and economic news. Cryptocurrencies can move more sharply. Volatility is higher, and price movements can be more impulsive. Commodities often depend on global news and events, and so on. In some cases, the movement is calmer, in others it's much more aggressive. Sometimes the price moves smoothly, and other times there can be rapid spikes. That's why, at the beginning, it's better not to spread yourself too thin. Don't try to trade everything at once or jump from one asset to another. It's much more effective to choose one or two instruments and simply observe them. Watch how they move, how they react to levels, and how they behave at different times of the day. Over time, you start to understand the character of an asset, and once that happens, making decisions becomes much easier. There is also another important point that people rarely talk about. The market behaves differently at different times. There are what we call trading sessions. The European session, when market activity begins to increase. The American sessions, when trading volume is usually at its highest. The Asian session, which is often calmer. And this is also important to consider. Sometimes the same strategy can work differently simply because the market is in a different phase of activity. Education. Before you even move on to real trades, you should at least understand the basic terminology. Without it, everything happening on the screen will just look like a set of buttons and moving lines. You need to understand the most fundamental things. What an asset is, what expiration is, the time when a trade closes, what time frame is, the time interval you are using to observe price movement, what candlesticks looks like and what they represent, what indicators and what they are used for. This is the basic foundation. You can technically trade without it, but it will look more like random action than a deliberate process. Next, educational materials. On the Pocket platform itself, there is a help section, and inside it you will find a user guide. It already contains all the key information, strategies, a glossary, video lessons, and recording of live streams. Moreover, on the channel you will find plenty of educational videos that will help you understand the market and discover up-to-date, effective strategies. In addition, our channel already has a large amount of used content, both for those who are just trading and for those who already trade. There are breakdowns, live streams, explanations of indicators, examples of trades, and analysis of common mistakes. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can receive educational content on time, and it's completely free. In the description under the video, you will also find a promo code that gives you a nice bonus when you make your first deposit. It's a good trading point to understand the basic mechanics and greatly get deeper into the process. And the most important thing at this stage is practice on a demo account. A demo account allows you to understand how trading works without any risk. You get used to the platform, the chart, how price moves, how trades are opened, and how stations change in real time. The first steps are always hardest simply because everything feels unfamiliar, not because it's difficult, but it's because new. And the demo account helps you go through this stage calmly. Only after you start to understand the process and see at least some consistency should you think about moving to a real account. Simple strategy. Once the basics are more or less clear, the next step is moving onto the simple strategy. And this is where most beginners make the same mistake. They try to do everything at once. They open many assets and add large number of indicators to the chart, jump from one time frame to another, and try different approaches all within a single day. As a result, instead of trading, they end up constantly changing decisions without any system. At the beginning, it's better to do opposite. Simplify the task as much as possible. Focus on one asset. This is important because every instrument has its own character of movement. Some prices move more smoothly, others more sharply, and some experience frequent impulsive moves. When you observe the same asset for a long time, you gradually begin to understand how it moves, where pullbacks most often occur, and where level tends to form. Next, choose one type expiration. This helps avoid consistent confusion. When you work with different trade durations, it becomes harder to evaluate results and understand what works and what doesn't. When the time is always the same, your approach becomes more consistent, and use the simplest tools. At the start, this is more than enough. Watch the overall trend, the general direction of price movement, mark support and resistance levels, the zones where price has reacted before, and one or two indicators that help you navigate the station but don't overload the chart. Because when there are too many indicators, they start giving different signals, and a beginner simply gets confused. The simpler the system is at the beginning, the easier it is to understand and practice. And one more very important point: position size. There is a simple rule worth following: no more than from 1 to 3% of your deposits per trade. At first glance, this may seem like an overly cautious approach, but in practice, this is exactly what allows you to handle losing trades calmly. Because even a good strategy doesn't deliver 100% success rate. Losses will happen, and this is absolutely normal. The key is making sure that one losing trade, or even several in a row, doesn't knock you out of the process. When the risk is small, you still have the ability to keep working, analyzing, and gradually improving your results. And there is another detail that needs to be added here. Any strategy is not just a set of indicators, it's a set of rules: when to enter, when not to enter, when to stop, and when it's better not to open trades at all. The clearer these rules are, the easier they are to follow. Risk management. Before you start trading, it's very important to decide on your deposit. Your deposit is essentially your main tool in trading. It's the foundation on which everything else is built. And here, it's important to understand not only the amount itself, but also how comfortable you feel with it. Because the larger the deposit, the easier it is psychologically to handle drawdown. When the amount is very small, any movement against you feels much more intense. Every losing trade starts to create pressure. You feel the urge to recover the loss quickly, and impulsive decisions begin. And that is exactly what most often leads to even bigger losses. But there are certain things you should absolutely never do. Never trade with your lost money. Never use borrowed funds. This is extremely important. Your deposit should be an amount that allows you to stay calm. Even if losses occur, it shouldn't knock you off balance or affect your everyday life. If you feel that you are not psychologically ready for losses yet, it's better to continue practicing on demo account. This is a completely normal stage that everyone goes through. It's also worth setting clear limits in advance. For example, you can set a daily loss limit. In other words, once you reach that amount, you simply stop trading and do not open any more trades that day. This helps maintain control. Because one of the most common mistakes is trying to recover losses after a series of losing trades. A person starts increasing the trade size to recover losses faster. In those moments, decisions more impulsive, and the situation usually only gets worse. There is also another factor: the risk to reward ratio. Before opening a trade, it's important to understand whether the potential outcome justifies the risk, because trading instruments with low returns makes it much harder to recover losing trades. As a rule, higher payout percentages can often be found on OTC instruments, and this is also something to consider when choosing an asset. But in any case, the key factor is not payout percentage. It's risk control and calm, systematic approach to trading. Trading psychology. Good results in trading are only possible with discipline. This is probably one of the most underestimated aspects, especially at the beginning. Many people think that everything depends on strategy, indicators, or some special settings, but in reality, a lot of comes down to self-control. If you trade emotionally, sooner or later it will lead to losses, because as soon as a strong urge appears to earn quickly, recover losses quickly, or chase gains, decisions stop being rational. This can be a set of basic principles. When you trade, which assets you trade, what position size you use, and under what conditions you enter a trade. The clearer these rules are, the less room there is for impulsive actions. It's also very helpful to keep a trading journal. Write down why you entered the trade, what you saw on the chart, what the result was, and where you may have made a mistake. Over time, this provides a huge amount of insights. You begin to see recurring stations, notice when you most often make incorrect decisions, and Gradually adjust your approach. Another important skill is knowing when to stop. Decide in advance on the maximum number of trades you will take per day. This helps prevent overtrading and entering the market simply because you feel it. Sometimes the best result is actually not trading at all. If the market is unclear, if there is no clear setup, if you are unsure, it's better to pause. Because not taking a trade in a such situation is also a decision, and often it's the one that helps protect your deposit. Market analysis and preparation. It's also important to learn how to read the chart. This is a skill that eventually becomes the foundation of all trading. Look at historical price behavior, how the asset moved in the past, where reversal happened, where the price slowed down, and where it accelerated. Switch between time frames to see a more complete picture. On a smaller time frame, the situation might look one way, while on a higher time frame it may be completely different. Pay attention to levels, the zones where price has reacted before. Look at candlestick patterns and how the candles themselves form. And of course, consider indicator signals, but don't overload the chart with them. Use them as an additional confirmation rather than the main decision-making tool. But at the same time, it's important not to forget about news, because major economic events can literally change price movements in seconds. What looked logical just a minute ago may suddenly stop working. Price can accelerate sharply, change directions, and the market can be behaving completely different. Before every trade, it's useful to go through a short checklist. Are there any important economic news event right now? Do I understand the current trend? Is there a clear level on the chart? Does the position size match my risk rules? If you can't confidently answer even one of these questions, it may be better to simply wait. If you put everything into one simple plan, it will look like this. Choose a reliable broker. Open a demo account and go through learning process. Build a simple strategy and test it. If the results are consistent, move to a real account. Gradually expand the list of assets and approaches, but always stay within your risk limits. And it's important to understand one simple thing. Trading is not a fast path. It's a skill that develops through practice, observation, and discipline. And the calmer and more systematic your approach to these processes, the higher your chances of stable results. If the video was helpful, support it with a like. Write in the comments which topics you would like to see covered next, and be sure to check the description under the video. There you will find a deposit bonus. If you decide to switch to a real account, you can use it. It will give you an additional buffer for more comfortable trading and risk management. And remember, the most important skill in trading is not how quickly you enter a trade. It is the ability to maintain discipline and follow your system.